viewers. The class today is about the various types of AC waveforms and AC circuits. Here some of the AC waveforms are shown. First one is triangular waveform, then rectangular waveform, trapezoidal waveform and sine waveform. Why we are calling this as AC waveforms? Because we have values in both the cycle, positive cycle and in the negative cycle. Generally sinusoidal waveforms are commonly used. Now we will see some of the basic definition in AC circuits. First of all, we will see what is an AC circuit. The circuit connected across an AC supply is called AC circuits. Next one, what is a waveform? The graph between alternating quantity, that is voltage or current, and the time is called waveform. In waveform, instantaneous value is equal to maximum value into sine of the angle of the required instant. Instantaneous voltage is denoted by small v, which is equal to Vm sin omega t, and instantaneous current is denoted by small I, which is equal to Im sin omega t. Next one, we will see what is cycle. One complete set of positive, 0 and negative values of an alternating quantity over 360 degree or 2 pi radian is known as cycle. This figure 2.8 clearly shows what is a cycle. Next one, amplitude or peak value or maximum value. The maximum value obtained by alternating current or voltage during positive and negative off cycle is called as an amplitude or peak value. In positive cycle, plus Vm represents peak value. In negative cycle, minus Vm represents the peak value. Next one, what is a frequency? The total number of cycles made by an alternating quantity per second is known as frequency. The unit of frequency is Hertz and it is denoted by F. In India, the normal supply frequency value used is 50 Hertz. Next one, time period or base period. The time taken by an alternating quantity to complete one cycle is known as time period. It is denoted by capital T. Next one, we'll see what is the relation connecting frequency and time period. The frequency of an alternating quantity is denoted by F cycles per second. Time taken to complete F cycle is 1 second. Therefore, time taken to complete one cycle is equal to 1 by F second. So, T is equal to 1 by F. Therefore, frequency F is equal to 1 by T cycles per seconds. Next one, we will see the relation between frequency and angular velocity. Angular distance covered in one cycle is 2 pi radians. Therefore, angular distance covered in F cycle is 2 pi into F radian per second. Therefore, angular frequency value is omega is equal to 2 pi F radian per second. We know V is equal to Vm sin theta. In place of theta, we can write omega t. In place of omega, I can substitute 2 pi f. In place of f, I can substitute 1 by t. So finally we will get V is equal to Vm into sine 2 pi small t divided by capital T. Next one, we will see what is an average value or mean value of an alternating quantity. The value which is obtained by averaging the instantaneous value of the alternating quantity over one complete cycle is called average value of the quantity. The sine value is said to be symmetrical because it has similar positive and negative values in the cycle. For a symmetric sine waveform, when the angle theta varies from 0 to pi, the values of sine theta are exactly equal and opposite to those when theta varies from pi to 2 pi. So the average value of the symmetric sine waveform is 0 for one complete cycle. It means the current flowing in one direction during one half cycle is equal to the value of current that flows in opposite direction during the negative half cycle. This is the analytical method or integral method to compute average value. If you take a sine waveform, average value is nothing but area under half cycle divided by base time for one cycle. Why we are computing the average value for half cycle? Because if we compute for full cycle, it will be equal to 0. Because we have same value in positive cycle and in the negative cycle. So for symmetric waveform, if you go for computing the average value, you have to compute only for a half a cycle. That's why in the formula we have area first half cycle, we have 0 to pi I into d theta. You know what is I am sin theta. And we can see the integral value we are putting only from 0 to pi. We are not putting from 0 to 2 pi, because if you compute for full cycle you will get 0. And also you see the base period in the denominator we are putting only pi, not 2 pi. After integration we will get Im into minus cos theta 0 to pi divided by pi. When you simplify, you will get I average is equal to 2m to Im by pi. Similarly, if you compute average value for voltage, you will get 2 Vm by pi. Next one is the root mean square or effective value of an alternating quantity. When a current passes through a resistor, heat is produced, irrespective of the direction of the current flow. Heat produced by the alternating current of maximum value will not be equal to the heat produced by a direct current. Therefore, the RMS value of alternating quantity is defined as the AC value of current flowing through a given resistance for the given period of time, which produces the same heat as that produced by DC current when flowing through the same resistance for the same period of time. This is the analytical method to compute RMS value, which is equal to square root of area under the squared curve divided by base. If you compute RMS value of current, we will get Im by root 2. If you compute RMS value of voltage, we will get Vm by root 2. And this is the formula for form factor and Christ factor. Form factor is the ratio between RMS value to the average value. Christ factor is the ratio between maximum value to the RMS value. Next topic is AC circuits. First we will see what is the equation for current and voltage in AC circuit when we have only resistor. And we will see how to draw the vector diagram and phasor diagram in this topic. The resistance is the property of the material by which it opposes the flow of current, and at the same time it converts the entire power input into the heat. So in this circuit we have only a resistor, and we know the equation for sinusoidal input V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and by Ohm's law we know I is equal to V by R. So in place of V I can write Vm sin omega t. I will get I is equal to Vm by R into sin omega t. So I want to replace Vm by R by Im. So I is equal to Im sin omega t. And this is the vector diagram representation and waveform representation of the voltage and current when AC circuit contains only resistance. You see in the vector diagram there is no phase angle difference, because in I equations we have Im sin omega t, in the V equations we have only Vm sin omega t. There is no phase angle difference. We have omega t in the equation. Then instantaneous power, it is the product of voltage and current. So we know the equation for voltage and current. Substitute, we will get power is equal to Vm Im divided by 2 minus Vm Im divided by 2 into cos 2 omega t. So if you compute the average value for sin 2 omega t or cos 2 omega t, it will be 0 for full cycle. So second term becomes 0. So we have only first term, the average power. Therefore P average is equal to Vm Im divided by 2. So I can write Vm by 2 as Vm by root 2 into Im by root 2. So in place of Vm by root 2 I am using Vrms. In place of Im by root 2 I am using Irms. Vrms is nothing but RMS value of voltage across a resistor, and Irms is the RMS value of current flowing through the resistor, which is equal to V into I. That is applied voltage and applied current. Now the next circuit is inductive circuit. Here we have only inductor coil in the circuit. A pure inductor has no resistance and capacitance but only inductance. When the supply voltage is given to the circuit, an EMF will be induced in the inductance coil according to Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Therefore, small e EMF is equal to minus L into di by dt. The induced EMF will oppose the supply voltage according to Lenz's law. So E equal to minus V. Substitute in the above equations, we will get V is equal to L into di by dt. Therefore, dA is equal to 1 by L into V into dt. Integrating on both sides, we will get finally I is equal to minus Vm divided by L omega into cos omega t. So in place of cos omega t, I can write minus sin 90 minus theta. Sin 90 minus theta, I can write sin omega t minus theta. So the equation becomes I is equal to plus Vm divided by L omega sin omega t minus pi by 2. The instantaneous value of the current is given by I is equal to Im sin omega t minus phi. This is the general equation. Comparing the above, we can write Im is equal to Vm by L omega. In place of L omega, I want to replace HL. So HL is nothing but inductive reactance. It is a resistance offered by an inductor coil. Next one, power. It is nothing but product of voltage and current. We know the equation for voltage, equation for current. Substitute. We will get P is equal to minus Vm Im divided by 2 into sin 2 omega t. So if you compute the average value for full cycle, it will be 0. And this is the waveform representation and phasor diagram representation of voltage and current when the circuit has only inductor. For pure inductive circuit, when the voltage is taken as a reference axis, that is H-axis, the current lags the voltage by 90 degree. It is clearly shown in the figure 2.21b. The power factor for pure inductive circuit is 0. Therefore, cos 90 is equal to 0. Pure inductive circuit does not consume any power. Next one, capacitive circuit. The pure capacitor has no inductance and resistance but only capacitance. The capacitance of the circuit is defined as the rate of charge stored per unit voltage. Therefore, C equal to Q by V. Q equal to CV. The current through the capacitor is equal to the rate of change of charge. I is equal to dQ by dt. I can substitute Q equal to CV in this equation. I will get I is equal to d by dt of C by CV. After differentiating, I will get I is equal to Vm divided by 1 by omega c sin omega t plus pi by 2. So in place of 1 by omega c, I want to put Hc. So Hc is nothing but a capacitive reactance. It is resistance offered by a capacitor. And this is the waveform representation, phasor representation. Here it is clearly shown. Current leads the voltage by 90 degree in a capacitive circuit. Next one, power. It is the product of voltage and current. We know the equation for voltage and current. For V, we have Vm sin omega t. For I, we have Im sin omega t plus pi by 2. Substitute and simplify. We will get P is equal to Vm Im divided by 2 into sin 2 omega t. If we compute for full cycle, it will be 0. That means pure capacitor never consumes the power. Power factor for pure capacitor circuit is 0. Thank you.